you get a special treat this time round. You get to watch me struggling up this hill. Here with Duffy for our usual walk and talk. This week's topic is leadership. I've had a lot of people ask me to give my thoughts on it, not just on this talk, but frankly on a day-to-day basis. Often questions are, how do I become a leader? What do I need to change about myself, if anything? How does the work change, etc.? Well, it sounds a little bit corny, but you don't really choose leadership. It chooses you. And what I mean by that is, I think back to when I was younger, as an account exec, selling technology. I was happy. I was earning money. I had a lot of flexibility in my life. I was one of those people who enjoyed being a little bit edgy. I was unpredictable. Will he turn up? Will he not turn up? Will he spend more money than he earns? Probably. Pretty sure, most of the people I hung out with, by the way, just catching my breath back, they used to find me bloody hard work. Couldn't really make plans around me. I had no idea if I'd turn up. They liked me. When I was there, I had fun. But that's ultimately it. I was in it for myself. If it suited me, I'd be there. Same with my career. I was just there to progress my career, to earn the money that I wanted to earn, to look after my family when I had a family. And what happens over time, really, certainly for me, is you start to become comfortable in your own skin. A lot of your insecurities that you have from, maybe your upbringing, conditioning of life, you start to outgrow them, you start to shed them, you become very comfortable with who you are and what you're about, and you're a little bit more consistent with that as well. And for me, it wasn't like an overnight process, like all of a sudden let's go be a leader. I just became a lot more predictable. And if you'd have called me predictable when I was younger, I would have been offended. I would have been like, no, I'm cool, man, I'm edgy. But being predictable, it means you stand for something. You've got a set of values. People know what you're about. I think Winston Churchill said it best when, I can't remember who he was talking to, but he said to them, oh, you have enemies. Well, that's great, because it means at one point you must have stood for something. Because it's true, the moment you stand still and say, this is me, this is what I'm about, you shed all your chameleon qualities, you can be attacked. People can question who you are and what you stand for. And you have to stand firm. And you have to be confident in what you're about and your choices. That's not an easy thing. And I think it's a great quality from a leader when you stand still. Sounds counterintuitive, right? Because we're always on that rat race, trying to move forward, trying to progress. But as a leader, you have the courage to stand still and go, this is me. And when you can stand for stuff, it helps when you have financial independence as well. And I think that's part of the process, because you're no longer swayed by the lures of money or any other lure. Your values and your value system are the true north, and that's what you stick to. So for me, the analogy I use for leadership is that you become like a lighthouse. This stable, strong structure in the middle of a stormy sea, all sorts of weather battering up against you. tempting you to fold in on yourself, and you don't. You're just there, weathering it all, shining that guiding light for all the ships in the night, and you don't change. You just are what you are. Now, some people ain't gonna like that, and you ain't gonna be everyone's cup of tea, but you will be genuine, you will be authentic, you will be honest, and when you are that way, people will want to follow you. They will want to build their lives around you, they want to build their careers around you, and that's really the secret to leadership in life, in business, whatever it is. If you want people to gravitate to you, be a part of your life, be predictable, stand for something, mean it. That's leadership.